The Senate has passed the 2018 budget that rose from 8.6 trillion naira to 9.1 trillion naira, 6 months after it was presented to the joint section of the National Assembly by President Muhammadu Buhari. The appropriation bill, the highest in the nation's history, is premised on the key revenue assumption of oil price benchmark of $51, crude oil production of 2.3 million barrels per day at exchange rate of 305 naira to $1. The 2018 proposal by President Buhari had projected an oil price benchmark of $45 and crude oil production at 2.3 million barrels per day, and based on the exchange rate of 305 naira to $1. And this was jacked up from the $45 per barrel to $51 per barrel. This comes as it explained that 6% increase of the budget estimated from 8.6 trillion naira to 9.1 trillion naira was done in consultation with the executive arm of government.
Of the total sum of 9 trillion 120 billion 334 million 988,225 naira only, of which 530 billion 421 million 368,624 naira only is for statutory transfers. 2 trillion 203 billion 835 million 365,699 naira is only for debt service. 3 trillion 512 billion 677 million 902,077 naira only is for recurring non-debt expenditure, while the sum of 2 trillion 873 billion 400 million 351,825 naira is for contribution to the development fund for capital expenditure for the financial year beginning from the day this bill is signed into law. This bill is read the third time and passed.
Presenting the report, the chairman of the Senate Committee on Appropriation, Dajima Guje, said the increment was done in consultation with executive. He also revealed that increase in the budget by 508 billion naira was done in consultation with the executive arm of government.
Given that due consideration has been given to the preparation of the 2018 appropriation bill, the committee recommends the consideration and approval of the bill for an act to authorize the issuance from the Consolidated Revenue Fund of the Federation, the total sum of 9 trillion 120 billion 334 million 908,225 naira, only of which 530 billion 421 million 368,664 naira.
After clause-by-clause consideration of the budget, the Senate passed the budget by voice vote. From National Assembly Complex, Abuja, Muyiwa Bamdele reporting. Embattled federal lawmaker Senator Ovie Omagege has resumed legislative activities as he promised. The lawmaker was seen signing the attendance for the day at the entrance of the Senate chamber, and he was well received by his colleagues. Senator Ovie Omagege earlier on Monday told journalists in Abuja that he may resume plenary on Tuesday.
The enrollment of the court order, we've gotten it served on the Senate and the Senate President and the Attorney General of the Federation. Yes, I'm also aware that they've gone ahead to file an application for stay of the judgment. But that, as you know, is an equitable relief. And if you understand the predicate of that judgment was not given to me on the merits. It was given to me on the understanding that my action was pending in court, known to the Senate and known to the Senate President, but notwithstanding that knowledge, he proceeded to purportedly suspend me. So, which of course was a direct affront, on the court. And the court exercising its disciplinary inherent powers, decided to reverse all that was done by the Senate and the Senate president. So, this being an equitable relief which they are seeking, they know that in equity, he who comes to equity ought to come with clean hands. So their hands are not clean as far as this matter is concerned. So I will be very, very, very surprised, if they succeed with the application for stay of the judgment. And in any event, it's a declaratory order. It is not stable in law. They know that. I mean, they have access to good counsel. I expect they will do the right thing, So we show up when we feel like it.
Are we expecting to see you tomorrow at the Senate?
There's no reason why I should not show up tomorrow. If I decide to show up tomorrow, you'll be there. But that will be on advice of counsel. But yes, more likely than not, I'll be in the Senate tomorrow.
The Senate has suspended Senator Omar Agege for 6 months over remarks made alleging that the upper chamber had sinister motive on the ongoing amendment of 2010 Electoral Act, while a federal high court in Abuja nullified the suspension of Senator Omar Agege. However, the Senate said it will allow Senator Omar Agege resume plenary in accordance with the court's rulings. The Senate spokesman Aliu Sabi Abdullahi said in a press statement that the upper chamber have filed an appeal against the court judgment and a motion for stay of execution of the judgment at the court of the appeal. Senator Omar Agege is expected to appear before the National Assembly Joint Committee investigating the invasion of the Senate. Meanwhile, Nigerian police force has warned Senate President Bukola Saraki against interfering with ongoing police investigation. The police also discredited the statement by Saraki alleging plot of criminal entrapment planned by the Inspector General of Police, Ibrahim Idris, as untrue, misleading, and obstruction of justice. A statement signed by the police spokesman, Assistant Commissioner of Police Jimon Moshood, in reaction to an earlier statement by Saraki, warned that until investigation is concluded, any person or group who try to interfere in police investigation process by action or utterances is committing an offense. Moshood said Nigerian police is shocked at unbelievable claims and unverifiable allegations and unfounded accusation being peddled against the IGP by the Senate President, accusing the Inspector General of Police Ibrahim of plot and strategies against him to settle score. He said the force therefore wishes to categorically state that there is no iota of truth in the allegation and false assertion by the Senate President or plot against him by the IGP to implicate the Kwara State government and the Senate President in any criminal matter. All is not well with All Progressive Congress in Rivers State, following alleged shady deal that characterized the ward and local government congresses in the state. There were allegations that the just concluded ward and local government congresses, which was held throughout the country, did not hold in Rivers State. The development can be linked to the differences between the two political gladiators, Minister of Transport Rotimi Amaechi, who is also the Director General of Buhari Presidential Campaign Organization, and Senator Magnus Abe, representing Rivers Southeast in the Senate. In a chat with journalists in Abuja, Senator Magnus Abe said the circumstances surrounding the ward and local government congresses in Rivers State was designed to make it fail. The senator alleged that the Minister of Transport, Rotimi Amechi, has hijacked the party structure in the state. He explained that all the candidates who have earlier paid for nomination form through banks could not get form to participate in the congresses. Senator Abe also disclosed that intervention of the South-South caucus of the All Progressive Congress could not yield any result. However, he called on President Muhammadu Buhari to intervene in the crisis rocking the APC in Rivers State in order not to rob the party the election fortune come 2019. The stakeholders of All Progressive Congress in Imo State have declared that they have made Governor Rochas Okorocha politically irrelevant in their determination to rescue the party from imminent collapse in the state. Tio Ekechi, who spoke to newsmen after the closed-door meeting with the APC national leadership in Abuja, said the stakeholder has overwhelming evidences against Okorocha. Ekechi said he had made it impossible for the governor to get attention from any quarters in the southeast region. Ekechi further said Rochas' inaction was responsible for problems facing the party in the state and the southeast generally.
To also inform you that to demonstrate that we are not talking in vain, to demonstrate that we are not the one misleading the nation, to demonstrate that Owele Rochas Okorocha is the one who has lost anointing of the people because he lost the anointing of God. Having lost the anointing of God, he lost the anointing of the people. He had lost the anointing of the party. He had lost the anointing of his followers. He had lost the anointing of the KK riders in Owerri, lost the anointing of the market women whom he had destroyed their stores and their stores. He had lost the anointing of the church. They have to remind me, you don't need to remind me, it's a number that is very legion. He has also lost the anointing of the church, particularly the Catholic Church, and the Anglican Church had followed. And they constitute about 70% of the population of Imo State. He had lost the anointing of pensioners, retired civil servants, whom he had refused to pay their pensions, even though he continued to embark on elephant projects within the state and without. He had lost the anointing of the civil servants of Imo State, whom he has cut their salary by 70%, even though he continued to engage on projects that are only beneficial to himself and his family.
Ekechi called on the party national chairman to bring to the notice of the President Muhammadu Buhari the crisis in Imo State before it completely gets out of hand. He also alleged that the governor was harassing and intimidating passive opponents in the state.
We all need to start planning for this new Nigeria because things are going to change. Nigeria is in the new era. We know the way, we know the technology.
The race for the 2019 presidential election is gaining momentum, and young Nigerians have indicated their aspiration for the office of the president, even as the incumbent President Muhammadu Buhari had recently declared to run for second term. One of such young Nigerians is the Chief Executive Officer of Ben Television, London, Europe's first ethnic media and satellite TV, Alistair Shoede. Making public his declaration on Monday in Abuja, Shoede said his desire to run for the office of the president in the 2019 general elections is born out of a series of meetings with youth leaders, elders, trade unions, and NGOs from various walks of life.
For me, as I said, this is a call to answer the yearning of the young, the youth, the elders. I have traversed the country speaking to people, listening to their views and opinions. There are too many tremendous and golden opportunities for Nigeria. There is no doubt. There is no doubt whatsoever that Nigeria is a great country, and you are indeed great people. I'm really grateful for our founding fathers because they sacrificed a lot for us to be where we are today. No matter the fault, no matter how they brought us here, but they did something. They wanted to be a bridge at that period of time in the history of Nigeria. And I thank God that as I'm standing in front of you, I'm standing likewise as the bridge, and you too should stand as the bridge.
Fondly called as the bridge, Shoide is the initiator of Centenary Nigeria, an agriculturist listed among top 100 personalities in Africa as a global brand for Nigeria. Though yet to declare the platform under which he will contest, the presidential aspirant, as well as the international mentoring commandant of Youth Advancement and Development Project, said he decided to run for the exalted office where ideal of yes we can spirit will be implemented.
On the yes is the letter S. You may have good economy, you may have good education, good employment, good energy, you may have the expert. Our elders may toe the line of giving us the freedom to operate, but without security secured or assured, you cannot enjoy the benefit of what you are gaining. So in order for you to enjoy all this thing that has been provided, there must be security. So we're not going to throw away with the issue of security. That would be very, very important for each and every one of us. As we're all coming here, we're thinking about security. As we're going back home, we're thinking about security. So to cap it up, to cap that yes up, we ended with the letter S for what? For what? Exactly. So, ladies and gentlemen, in summary, for me and my team, we present to you the yes message.
Also speaking, the spokesman to former military head of state, General Ibrahim Babangida Kasim Afebua, a card-carrying member of the All Progressive Congress, APC, endorsed Soyode as his candidate for 2019 presidential election. Afebua, who frowned at the ruling party, APC, for not doing well in delivering to Nigerians what it promised in its manifesto, said he will not cast his vote for President Muhammadu Buhari at 77 years old. Over 21 people have indicated interest to run for the office of the president, including the incumbent president, Muhammadu Buhari. Osam Raffle, Ben Television.